Is up, dudes? Archman here, and the very few seconds before I started this video, the AC kicked on. I just finished moving, so I haven't done a video in a while, and well, finished. I am in the process of moving, but we're in the new house and working out all the kinks, replacing lighting, painting, all that crap that I guess you do when you move. But I got these little guys in the mail. They were forwarded and lost and forwarded and lost, and they were back ordered, and I almost forgot that I had ordered them on a whim a little while back. And I actually even tried to cancel the order because I was just like, fuck, man. Speaking of that, I got it from Chad's Toolbox. I wouldn't go with Chad's Toolbox on my next purchase. But they sent them. So these things are freaking really nice. Maybe I'll just kind of go over them real quick before doing a little bit of comparison with some of the stuff in the background there. But some of you guys may be familiar with Knipex. Some of you guys are Knipex. Some of you guys may not be, but they essentially make arguably the best, for lack of a better word, channel lock type pliers out there, available at all, period. Um, they're super expensive. Well, not super expensive, but expensive for what they are. You know, these are like, I don't know, probably $30, $35, something like that for like a 7-inch pair like this, where like, you know, a perfectly good US made nice pair of channel locks that are the channel lock brand are like $12 or something like that. Then you can get like the Milwaukee's for, they're actually more expensive than the channel locks. Anyway, so Knipex is a German manufacturer. They make the Cobra pliers. These are, I've got several pairs of the Cobra pliers. These are the 7-inch ones. Those are kind of my EDC on my tool bags when I'm at work as a carpenter. Whoops, and they're always in my tools because they're just that handy, in my tool bags on my person. But I saw this little 4-inch set of, for some of you guys, some of these size comparisons might not be the best, but that's a small Sabinza. They're so small. They were actually about, I was like, oh, they're going to be smaller than I think. They're going to be smaller than I think. They're spot on. They're exactly 4 inches long, 100 millimeters. But yeah, man, the quality of craftsmanship with the forging is like spot on. They're so nice. You can see the little texture and the grip and everything there. Super nice, very sharp, crisp manufacturing here. And these things, even though they're tiny, obviously, man, they actually have a pretty dang big jaw. Like you can see here, like squared off like this, incomparably more, you know, useful. And as far as like getting around something big, we all know, like you use a pair of pliers like this Leatherman here for something like big around, it's, you just gnar the shit out of it. You can't really do too much. You can't really get purchase to do the leverage justice of having, you know, shit hanging off with that, you know, unless it's something small that you can just pinch and grab. But yeah, these things are super cool. Probably one of the neater things about them, other than just how sweet they are, is, oh, you know, another thing that's really wild is how thin these bitches are. Look here compared to the 7-inch, which are pretty thin by themselves, or on their own. This is really cool. This is one of the coolest things about these pliers wrenches, and or not pliers wrenches. Those are pliers wrenches, which I'll talk about in a little minute, or a little minute, small minute. But one of the coolest things about these is there's no button on them. The way they actually, they have some, I don't know how it works inside there, but essentially all you really have to do, grab this highlighter here. Like say you're in a tight spot, or maybe even a spot you can't see, and you need to grab hold of something to turn it, grab it, you know, and tighten it or whatever. With these, these little Knipex XSs, all you have to do is this, and then you can grab it and tighten it. So like if you're working under a sink or behind something or in like a little nook or a cranny, that is huge, just to be able to dial in the size just like that. So you can grab it, you can dial it in where it's real wide, and I'm gripping the shit out of it, so you can like really put a lot of force behind it. Or you can even hold back. Whoops. You can, if you're paying attention, you can hold back a little bit and dial it in so it's narrow and still grabbing really tight if you need like that tight of a space. Like if you really need a small tool to get in there. So that's actually really, really cool, just to be able to do that. Just tighten down on something, grab it, and go. None of the rest of these you can do that with. Obviously, just like your regular channel locks, old school, they have these, you know, pretty large increments of sizing, and the only way like you can like resize it. First off, it's definitely not one-handed. I mean, I guess maybe you could consider it one-handed. No, you can't consider it really one-handed. But you have to open them way up for it to get enough clearance to slide this through, because this little piece here, right there, has to be able to get past and into one of those grooves. So that's your typical. These aren't even shitty. These are nice. These are good channel locks right here. Typical channel lock. Milwaukee has made these kind of Cobra knockoffs that you push a button, just like the Cobra, regular Cobra pliers. Push a button, really fine. Obviously, there's like 3 adjustments to every one, unlike this probably. So you can really get in there and fine tune it, and that's important because, like I said before, sometimes you want to be able to grab something and have a really wide grip, so you can wrench down on that real tight. Sometimes you want to be able to grab it and have a really thin grip. That reminds me of another cool thing. So every other pair of channel locks, I don't know if you guys are somebody watching this, how many times you've been pinched by a pair of pliers, but like if you slip off of something, you're gripping, boom, and you can pinch the fuck out of yourself with a lot of different pairs of pliers. But what's cool about these all Knipex is they've got it engineered so no matter where you are, the grips never touch each other. So you can't really pinch yourself in there. Pretty cool. So whether you're slip off of whatever it is you're tightening, or whatever it is, the situation, you can't pinch yourself with it. And actually, the standoff is a little more. Oh no, it's about the same. I thought for some reason it was greater on this, but it's about the same. But just what a cool little EDC potential item here. I throw in this little pry bar, and you got some pretty good tools there on your EDC person. I mean, like, these are going to be substantially better, a substantial upgrade to like a Leatherman Tools pliers. I mean, the Leatherman, obviously, you know, I should have weighed the Leatherman because the waves are heavy. You guys know that. They're obviously handier because they have like all kinds of other tools and knives and fucking saw and I mean, man, I use the files all the time on a Leatherman tool, the saw all the time. This is just a pair of pliers, but this weighs 2.08 ounces, so almost 2 ounces on the nose. They're feather light. My Sebenza weighs more than this does. That's crazy. This feels like a brick in my hand in comparison. So yeah, I personally, it's like that old saying goes, if the only tool you have is a hammer, then everything looks like a nail. It's kind of crazy. Like, I mean, we all know this. If you carry a Leatherman tool, fucking by God, you're gonna find a use for pliers. Like, you just do. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. What else? Oh, you know what? I'll just show the pliers wrench here. So for anybody who might be interested in that, the pliers wrench may be the greatest invention of Knipex. These things are freaking incredible. See, made in Deutschland there. Uh, they have the button, of course, but so these things, what's really great about them is essentially they take the place of what am I talking about? The old fucking Louisiana socket set, as we say in Texas. Crescent wrench. They take the place of a crescent wrench. And you can see here it kind of uses the same mechanisms as these, but it has this little guy that pivots in there instead of a jaw of pliers, and then this bottom piece just slides in this track. And these things are incredible because they stay parallel. So like when you get on a nut like this, again, you can change your grip to however you want. When you get on a nut, you literally just grab it and then turn, and then you can get off it, grab it and then turn, grab it and then turn. And because there's so much so much movement in this, it's not like a crescent wrench where it fucking loosens up and you got to tighten it, or it tightens up and you're always just like screwing with it or whatever. These things are freaking awesome, but I want to say these are like $50. They are expensive, but I tell you what, man, like they're freaking awesome. This is the 7-inch set or pair set. This is the 7-inch tool. What a great tool though. For me, like why do I have all this stuff? Well, I'm a carpenter. I'm a handy guy. So like for me, essentially is like this was just like the first first small set, and I've got, man, you wouldn't even believe. Like I probably have like 15 different channel locks, but various sizes. These are all just kind of comparable, so I thought I would take them out. But so those are kind of just like back burner ones, loaners, whatever you want to call it. Those do live in my job site trailer. These I bought specifically for my truck to just be a dedicated tool. I'm never going to use them for anything else. I'm not going to misplace them. I'm not going to, hopefully I don't do it from this. These I would never buy again. This thing sticks way the fuck out, and it absolutely, I mean, it is a pain in the dick. You can't use it because you like grab something and then you go to do a turn and it fucking sure as shit runs into stuff all the time. Like I've never not had this get in the way. It is stupid. I would never buy the Milwaukees again. Again, these are like $15. These are like $35, but holy shit. I would never buy those again. I would buy these again immediately if I lost them, even though I have all these. The Wave, I'm not a huge Wave guy. I bought these on sale because they were like changing packaging at a store or something like that. So I got this Wave tool for something really ridiculous, like $40. I was just like, fuck, man, obviously you have to buy that. This thing lives in my EDC bag. It's kind of something that I have in there that I'm just like, forget about it. It's there if I need it, but it's not something that I need and I'm going to take out of there. Again, kind of like the truck one. These I bought. They're a perfect fit for my wiener. I can just grab it and get in there and really work it. So that's what those are for. These actually are my EDC pliers in my tool bags at work as a carpenter. I use them for all kinds of stuff. Just all kinds of stuff. Anything I need to grab. Anything these things are just ridiculously handy. Sometimes I'll crank down on my, chuck on my drill with them if I really want to get after it. I don't know. I use them for all kinds of stuff. These things are so invaluable. If I lost all these, again, the first ones I would replace immediately would be the 7-inch. 100%. Check out Knipex. Get it. Just do it. It will blow you away. All right, let's do this real quick. So these Milwaukee kind of knockoffs are like a knockoff of the Knipex. Man, Milwaukee's gone downhill since they've just tried to get in the game of like DeWalt. Look how much farther that button sticks out. I mean, you really wouldn't think that that's a huge difference, but man, that makes a big difference. But let's just look at the casting quality or the forging quality or whatever it is. There's no comparison. Milwaukee's cranking these fuckers out as quick and dirty as they can. you know, trying to make a buck on people who don't want to spend the money on the Knipex. I mean, you can see, look, it's just like a dead copy almost. It's kind of crazy. Let's look at it from the spine. I bet that's a, yeah, look at that. Just how dirty this all is, fit and finish compared to the Knipex. No comparison. No comparison. Again, like I said, I would never buy these again. I wouldn't even give them away. They're so bad. In comparison, they're fine tools, but in comparison, these little guys, I'm super pumped that I got these, man. Like these are 100% gonna live in some place where they're gonna be handy. And again, they're so small. They're so light and so small that like I actually did have them in my pocket today. I was wearing, I hate to admit to this, but I was actually wearing some type of cargo type short today, and I threw these down into the cargo pocket on the left kind of thigh knee area, and I fucking forgot they were there. And when I got home and changed and was gonna take a shower, I was like, let's see if anything's in my, oh, fucking these things. So I mean, they really disappear. What else? Is there any kind of feature? I feel like I thought of some kind of feature that I should have mentioned while I was going over something else. But I really can't think of it. You know, they're so small, but at the same time, like I guarantee, like I have extra large hands, and I guarantee, like you get these things in your hands, like you immediately are like, oh yeah, these are going to be useful. I mean, just that one little feature of being able to, you know, dial that in, and oh man, that's huge. What was it? I know I thought of something. I was like, oh yeah, don't forget to say that about, it was something that like all Knipex do, or Cobra pliers do, but I can't fucking remember what it was. Well, anyway, super sweet little tools here. I would have to say that if I lost this again, I probably would buy another one. Just because if you look at my fucking page and all my goofy goddamn tools, this is like a novelty item. I guess all my shit's a novelty, isn't it? Fucking ridiculous bastard. Alright, dudes. I'm gonna GTFO. Palabra tu madre, boys and girls.